Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Busy slate today, starting with the Cincinnati Reds versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as home favorites at -145. Cincinnati plus 125 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for Reds coming into this matchup 16-21. The Marlins 19-19. Pitching for the Reds is Graham Ashcraft with an ERA of 3.82. Currently don't see anyone listed for the Marlins here, so be sure to check that one that does get listed. It is a nighttime game, so plenty of time to find that out. Ashcraft, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 8 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Reds coming off a 5-0 win against the Mets yesterday. A big win for them. Miami on a 2-game winning streak. And yeah, man, just kind of Ashcraft coming off an 8-run game. He's been good on the mound. I mean, coming off a horrible game on the mound, but nonetheless, he's been solid. We'll see who ends up pitching for Miami. I really don't hate the Reds on the road. Pretty even matchup here. Both teams aren't playing that well. I'll take a shot with the Reds plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we get the Seattle Mariners versus the Detroit Tigers. Seattle opening up as road favorites at -125. Detroit plus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 18-19. Detroit 17-19. Pitching for Seattle is Marco Gonzalez with an ERA of 4.70. Pitching for Detroit is Matthew Boyd with an ERA of 5.28. Gonzalez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Boyd, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Seattle coming off a Rangers loss. Detroit coming off a Cleveland win. Detroit's been playing well, 7-3 in their last 10. They've looked pretty good here. Just looking at, the pitching matchup, Boyd, he's been okay. Nothing crazy. Definitely been liable to give up some runs, same as Gonzalez here. I like the way Detroit's been playing here, and I think I would take a shot with Detroit plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals. Mets opening up as road favorites at -120. Washington plus 110 with the over-under at 9. Mets coming into this matchup 18-20. The Nationals 16-21. Pitching for the Mets is Tyler Megill with an ERA of 4.33. Pitching for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 3.65. Megill, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Gore, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. The Mets beating the Reds. The Mets coming off a Reds loss yesterday. The Mets have looked horrible. 3-7 in their last 10. They really aren't playing well right now. 1-7 on the road. Yeah, just really not in love with the Mets. They've just been underperforming here, and I'll take a shot with the Nationals plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at -160. The Pirates plus 135 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Pirates is Johan Oviedo with an ERA of 5.59. Pitching for the Baltimore is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 5.95. Oviedo, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Bradish, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Pirates, 1-9 in their last 10. They've really been struggling here. Baltimore coming off back-to-back Tampa Bay wins. Hit 2-11 on the road against Baltimore. Yeah, Pitt had that hot start for the first half of the season, and they've just been on a very bad 10-12 game stretch here. And yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Orioles at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -155. Tampa Bay +130 with the over-under at 7.5. Rays coming into this matchup 30-9. The Yankees 21-18. Pitching for the Rays is Trevor Kelly with an ERA of 9. Pitching for the Yankees is Garrett Cole with an ERA of 2.09. Cole, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Couldn't really find any info on the site I used for Trevor Kelly with his ERA or with his games pitched. Tampa is coming off a Yankees win yesterday, 8-2. Big win with Rasmussen on the mound. I'm still just not in love with the Yankees. Rays have just been such a moneymaker. Definitely iffy on the mound today with Kelly, but Cole's been good, but he's definitely given up some runs. I mean, he's coming off a 5. He's given up 9 runs in his last 3 starts. So, and his last start was against Tampa Bay, and he did give up 5 runs. And yeah, getting Rays at an underdog, I think I'm gonna take that every time, and I'll take Tampa Bay +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Braves opening up as road favorites at -160. Toronto +135 with the over-under at 8.5. Braves coming into this matchup 25-12. Toronto 21-16. Pitching for the Braves is Spencer Strider with an ERA of 2.70. Pitching for Toronto is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 4.27. Strider, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Bassett, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Braves coming off a Boston loss. Toronto coming off back-to-back Philly losses. Atlanta, crazy. 0-6 against Toronto. 1-5 on the road against Toronto. They've really struggled against the Blue Jays here. And yeah, I think that could work in their favor here. Bassett coming off a 0-run game. Strider's been very good on the mound. Pretty even pitching matchup, I'd say, as of late. And yeah, the fact that the Braves have not been able to beat the Blue Jays on the road or head-to-head in over 6 games here, I think I'll roll with the numbers here, and I'll take Blue Jays +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at -135. LA +115 with the over-under at 8.5. Angels coming into this matchup 20-18. Cleveland 17-20. Pitching for the Angels is Tyler Anderson with an ERA of 5.40. Pitching for Cleveland is Logan Allen with an ERA of 2.70. Anderson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Allen, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. LA on a 2-game losing streak, 1-4 in their last 5. Cleveland coming off a 5-0 loss against Detroit. Angels 0-10 on the road against Cleveland. Very interesting stat. 5-15 against Cleveland. They have not been able to beat Cleveland here, which is crazy. And yeah, based on the numbers, and Logan Allen's been good on the mound for the Guardians here, I think I'm going to roll with Cleveland at home. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at -115. St. Louis -105 with the over-under at 10.5. Cardinals coming into this matchup 13-25. Boston 22-16. Pitching for the Cardinals is Adam Wainwright with an ERA of 7.20. Pitching for the Red Sox is James Paxton with an ERA of 0. Wainwright, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. And yeah, it looks like Paxton's making his first start for Boston today. St. Louis coming off a Cubs loss. Boston playing good, 8-2 in their last 10. They're really getting it done, coming off a nice Atlanta win. And St. Louis 1-5 on the road against Boston, 1-6 straight up against Boston here. And the Cardinals, they've just looked really bad. And I think I'll take the Red Sox at home. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -155. The Cubs +130 with the over-under at 8. Cubs coming into this matchup 18-19. The Twins 21-17. Pitching for the Cubs is Drew Smyly with an ERA of 3.05. Pitching for the Twins is Sonny Gray with an ERA of 1.35. Smyly, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Gray, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Cubs coming off a Cardinals win. Minnesota coming off back-to-back Padres wins. Yeah, I really like Gray on the mound. He's been phenomenal so far this season for the Twins here, and I think I'm going to lean with the Twins at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the Chicago White Sox. Astros opening up as road favorites at -155. The White Sox +130 with the over-under at 9. Astros coming into this matchup 19-18. The White Sox 13-26. Pitching for the Astros is J.P. France with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the White Sox is Michael Kopech with an ERA of 5.97. France, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Kopech, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Houston on a 2-game winning streak right now. White Sox coming off back-to-back Royals losses. Houston 4-2 against Chicago, 9-4 on the road. They've been getting it done on the road here. France looked very good in his only start of the season, and yeah, I think I'm going to lean with the Astros on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Kansas City Royals versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -230. Kansas City +190 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 12-27. The Brewers 20-17. Pitching for the Royals is Josh Taylor with an ERA of 6.55. Pitching for the Brewers is Corbin Burns with an ERA of 3.86. Don't really see any stats on Taylor, but Burns, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Kansas City coming off back-to-back White Sox wins. Brewers coming off back-to-back LA losses here. But Kansas City 1-6 against the National League, 1-4 on the road here. I do like Corbin Burns on the mound, and I think I'm going to roll with the Brewers at home in this one. Next matchup, we've got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Colorado Rockies. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -145. Colorado +120 with the over-under at 11.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 18-19. The Rockies 16-22. Pitching for the Phillies is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 5.97. Pitching for the Rockies is Austin Gomber with an ERA of 6.75. Walker, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Gomber, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Phillies on a little 3-game winning streak right now. Colorado on a 2-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're actually playing very well. Philly 3-11 on the road against Colorado. Really struggled on the road against the Rockies here, and both pitchers playing very well as of late. And I think I'll take a shot with the Rockies +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got the San Francisco Giants versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Giants opening up as road favorites at -115. Arizona -105 with the over-under at 9.5. Giants coming into this matchup 17-20. Arizona 20-18. Pitching for the Giants is John Brebbia with an ERA of 5.93. Pitching for Arizona is Riley Nelson with an ERA of 6.0. Brebbia, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Nelson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Giants beating Arizona 6-2 yesterday. Arizona on a little 3-game losing streak right now. Nelson's been good on the mound. He's been decent on the mound for Arizona. Brebbia, he's only pitched 1 time. He only pitched that 1 inning. So doesn't have too much experience on the mound this season. I still like Arizona here. I'll take Arizona plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Oakland Athletics. Rangers opening up as road favorites at minus 180. Oakland plus 155 with the over-under at 8.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 23-14. Oakland 8-31. Pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez with an ERA of 3.86. Pitching for Oakland is Ken Waldichuk with an ERA of 7.25. Perez, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Waldichuk, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Rangers on a 2-game winning streak right now. Beating Oakland 4-0 yesterday. Oakland on a 5-game losing streak. Yeah. Waldichuk's been bad for Oakland. And keeping it simple. Roll with the Rangers on the road in this one. Then the last matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at minus 145. The Padres plus 120 with the over-under at 9. Padres coming into this matchup 19-19. The Dodgers 23-15. Pitching for the Padres is Blake Snell with an ERA of 4.89. Pitching for the Dodgers is Dustin May with an ERA of 2.68. Snell, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. May, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Padres on a 2-game losing streak. Dodgers on a 2-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're playing very good baseball right now. Padres 3-15 on the road against the Dodgers. They've really struggled on the road against the Dodgers here. I do like Dustin May on the mound for LA, and I think I'm gonna roll with the Dodgers at home. That's gonna be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.